Hello, and welcome back to Ike's Venting Channel, episode 9. I just wanted to talk about, the pay in America, right? How much you get paid and why it's too little. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what region you are, right? I know there's some places where even if you get paid minimum wage, you're fine. But then you got places like New York, Los Angeles, Washington, I think Texas. Not exactly sure on how the rent is there, but rent's high. Rent's really excuse me, rent's really high. And then not to mention utility, groceries, extra things that you want to do, and it's ridiculous. Like minimum wage should be 2025 with how rent is. At least in the bigger spots, at the very least. Because all I know is this: I want to pay rent, right? And then have a little extra. I shouldn't have to put my entire paycheck to just rent. I also feel like with the amount of money they give you, it doesn't cover other things, you know? Insurance doesn't cover your car bills, doesn't cover anything. You have to save and you have to give. You don't get to do anything. It's not living. And sure, you can save, right? But when's that for? For when you're like retiring? No, I want to live now in the moment. Young, fresh, you know? It's not enough. And it be these places where they make enough money to give to everybody too, right? Like there's no reason why Amazon or what's a big one? Google, any corp, any billion-dollar corporation should never have anybody working for less than 20. Like, it's ridiculous. You're a multi-billion dollar corporation. You have money to spend. Give it to the people that need it. Literally, your employees. But then it goes into something deeper, right? The corruption of corporations. They take all this money and don't put it towards anything. They don't give it to the people that need it. They don't give it to the people that don't. They hoard it to themselves. It's like, dang. Not only do you not give it to people that work for you, but you also don't give it to people who are in the same vicinity as you. You know what I mean? Like billionaires don't pool together. Like, come on now. Imagine if every billionaire got together, put their wealth together, and actually used it for good. You know how much they could accomplish? So much. It just goes to show they don't care. Not at all. But back to the original topic of like not being able to pay for things. I also think the things that you need to pay for should be lowered as well, right? There's no reason why rent should cost a couple G's. None. Maintenance on one building should not cost that a month. Like you end up spending about 36K if you're in a bigger 36K a year if you're in a bigger city and in a decent neighborhood too. Like that doesn't make any sense. And you don't pay that for a house. You pay that on an apartment. What? It's ridiculous. Rent should not be that high, no matter where you go. Shouldn't be that high in big places, shouldn't be that high in small places, shouldn't be that high for houses, condos, whatever it is. And start including utility in rent. Like I hate that. I hate that split. Like why do I have to worry about rent and utilities? Like what? Doesn't make any sense if I don't pay utilities, no electricity and shit. But I still have the house? No. I don't like that. And then also having other bills on top of it, right? Like you have rent, you have utilities, but then you got to think about in-house things, right? Like you're already paying 2, 3 G's a month just to live there, right? Not including food, not including toilet paper, not including laundry, laundry detergent, dishwasher soap, dish soap in general. Like they don't give you any of this. So you then have to pay out of pocket for that, which could cost 200, 300 a month, maybe, depending on how many mouths you have to feed and how well your you want your fridge stocked. It's ridiculous. Then if you have a car, if you're paying off the car and then also insurance, like that's another like 300, 400 out the door. So to live comfortably in a high valued spot, I'd say you need like 5K a month, right? Like two or three to go to rent and utility, and the rest for all the other payments that you have. And then if you don't have payments, that's extra cash that you could be building up, spending on. Like the more you pay people, the more they'll spend it. I don't think people understand that. It's not just like getting it and holding on to it. If you have extra money, you're going to spend it. I would. I'd buy myself a new everything. A new PC setup, new gaming systems, new cameras, new books, new speakers. I'd pay things. It goes into the economy. The more you pay people, the more your economy thrives. Because not a lot of people are gonna save up like that. Everyone's gonna spend. So it's in everybody's best interest for people to get paid more. Yeah, but people are idiots, so they won't think about that. No one thinks about the long term. Nobody. Not a single person. Just think. Just think like 100 years down the line, you know, what you could have set up for the next generation, for their kids, for their family, for their friends even. Nobody thinks to help one another because we could thrive. I'm telling you, man, we can thrive. But no, everybody's too stuck up in their own head, our own little world. Just wish people would think about the future. Because look where we're heading with how the pay is and the rent and all the things you have to pay for. And now with people not really being able to work, or companies are still holding the exact same standards before corona. Like you have to let people have a chance, you know? A lot of people got out of work because of this thing. Let them rebuild. Let them be able to provide for their family. Make exceptions. Nobody has to have a college degree to do data analysis, you know? Nobody has to have a college degree to work at just anywhere. Stop having your expectations so high. Let these people make money. I think that the best thing that could happen is everyone becoming equal. Like, it's not like, oh, we should make it that way. No, it's gonna happen. Middle class and lower class are gonna be the exact same thing, which only leaves the lower class and the high class, and then low class is gonna not like what the high class is gonna it has, and then force them down to our level, or vice versa. The high class might just try and put people back on a higher pedestal. You never know. I have hope. Maybe. Maybe the high class be like it's the billionaires, and they be like, you know what? Everybody's suffering, and then gives everybody money. Maybe. When the time comes, maybe. But as of right now, hmm. And people can't see it too. There's too many distractions. We're getting closer. Ever steady into the abyss. But yeah. Well, that's all I had to say on the matter. Thank you for listening. If you could, leave a like and subscribe. And I'm out.